On Talking with Dr. Donna, we focus on 4 pillars of health to help build a generational health network to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. I created Talking with Dr. Donna as a way to educate as many people as possible and give accurate information from a trusted physician. Go to Talking with Dr. Donna and get accurate information. And then share that information with your family and friends. And if you like what you see, like my channel and subscribe. Remember, every Thursday, keep your appointment with Dr. Donna. Hi, hey. Good evening. Thank you again for keeping your appointment. I am Dr. Donna, not Owen Modest, as it says on my slide. Thank you, Pastor Zach, for letting me know that my header did not change. That's me. So anyway, welcome to Talking with Dr. Donna. As you can see, I am not where I normally am. I am actually in Los Cabos, Mexico. And I am here because tomorrow I'm doing a presentation about generational health at the Life Lux Experience. So it's a pretty awesome jazz festival. And so we are here in Los Cabos, and we are going to talk about generational health right here in Los Cabos. So I did not want to cancel our appointment tonight, so it's going to be a pretty brief show. But I wanted to just come on and talk about fall vaccines, because we've talked about vaccines, we've talked about vaccinations, what you should get, should you get these vaccines. So tonight I just wanted to briefly come in and from Los Cabos, and you can see I'm in a salon ballroom, which is where my husband and I will be having church service on Sunday. But today is tonight or tomorrow, we're talking about generational health. So this is your first time on my show, do know that it is not always like this, that we actually go live every Thursday. And our mission here on Talking with Dr. Donna is pretty simple. We want to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. So we are talking tonight about generational health. If you have not already done so, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. So subscribe. You can go to YouTube channel. I don't know how I'm on with Owen. All sorts of things happen when you're trying to go live from outside of the studio. But if you have not already done so, when I have these shows, I do it for free. It's free to you. It's to offer you information. And I only ask 2 things in return. One is that you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe if you have not already done so. So go to YouTube, subscribe to Talking with Dr. Donna, and keep your appointment every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. My second ask is the information that you get tonight from Talking with Dr. Donna, that you share it with others, that you share it with your family, you share it with your friends, you share it with your coworkers, because knowledge is power. And we want to make sure that we are knowledgeable in our community. So you might be saying, if this is your first time again being on Talking with Donna, why is it that we're focusing in on premature death in the Black communities here in America and across the diaspora? And that is because, as I said in my last show, so if you missed your appointment last week, go to my YouTube channel, check out the state of Black health, because I've talked about the reasons why we focus in on Black health here on Talking with Dr. Donna. Not that other communities are not important, but that when you look at chronic diseases, when you look at mortality, it is African Americans are either number 1 or number 2 in death in every single category, whether it's cancer, whether it is heart disease, whether it's stroke, whether it's our infants and how our infants die at, again, 2 to 3 times higher rate than white infants, whether it's our mothers who are dying almost 3 to 4 times at a higher rate than white mothers, regardless of income. So that's why we here, Donna, why we focus in on Black communities. And our goal, again, is to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. So tonight, one of the things we're going to talk about is ways in which you can end the cycle of premature death by making sure that you're just simply vaccinated. We talk a lot about vaccines, and I know with COVID, we also talked about vaccines, and people are kind of a little bit vaccine fatigue, and you don't want to hear about it. But vaccines were invented because they really do help you make sure that you are as healthy as possible through the winter season. And so here we are in the fall, although you would not know it in Los Cabos because it's like mid 80s, it's super hot. But back in the United States, it's fall. And in some areas, we met some people from Chicago today where it's already snowing. So in thinking about diseases that are running through our community, we know that there's 3 sort of major diseases that we have vaccines for that I want to encourage you to make sure that you get those vaccines. So tonight we're going to talk about those 3 vaccines, and we're going to talk about why you should get those vaccines and really what those vaccines do and how you can help to prevent yourself from getting really sick from these viruses that we now have vaccines for. Why, when you have a vaccine, would you not want to get it and then get sick when you could have potentially avoided its significant effects by just simply getting vaccinated? All right, so we're going to talk about 3 vaccines. Put my phone here. My AirPod is not wanting to stay in. So we're going to talk about 3 vaccines tonight. The first vaccine we're going to talk about is the flu vaccine. Then we're going to talk about the RSV vaccine. And then we're going to talk about, yes, COVID vaccine. We've already talked about it a little bit. We know that it is a new vaccine, but we're going to talk a little bit about it again because this is the fall vaccines. And these are the things that I recommend you getting in the fall before things start to get out of hand. So right now we're starting to see really kind of cases of flu increasing, cases of RSV increasing, cases of COVID kind of leveling off. So it's the perfect time to get your vaccine because you want to get your vaccine before you actually get sick. Okay, so the first vaccine we're going to talk about is the flu vaccine. Every single year, there's this flu vaccine that comes out. The flu vaccine is made and created every year, and it is a different vaccine. And what they do is they look at the flu viruses that are coming across worldwide that are starting to infect people. And then they create a vaccine really designed for the most common strains of flu. Now, you want to get it every year because it's a different vaccine every year. So your flu shot last year is not really going to protect you against the flu this year. It's going to be a different strains of flu. I got my flu vaccine, just got it a couple of days ago. And I know most of you are saying, oh, when I get the flu vaccine, I get sick. It makes me sick. And I agree with you that years ago, when you got the flu vaccine, feel a little achy, almost got the flu. I can tell you that that is no longer the case. I got my flu vaccine. I gave my son the flu vaccine. One of us had any symptoms of like not feeling tired and feeling achy, and even didn't really have the pain in my arm that I used to feel with the flu vaccine. So things are getting better. We're doing better, getting better in what we do. So the flu vaccine is important to get. Anyone 6 months or older can get the flu vaccine. So you want to make sure you get the flu vaccine. You also want to make sure that if you're an older adult, you might hear about getting a high dose flu vaccine. You also may have heard some reports that when you get that high dose flu vaccine, that it increases your risk of stroke. I know you're already saying you already didn't want to get the flu vaccine, and now you have an increased risk of getting stroke. You're really probably not running down to your doctor to get your flu vaccine. But let me tell you, you want to get it. And the reason you want to get it is because it will protect you from deaths. So deaths from flu, we have them every single year. And we have many, many folks who are dying from flu, millions of people who die from flu every single year. And you may not hear about it in the news like you hear about COVID because it's the flu and it's not COVID, but it's happening. And so you really want to, again, protect yourself from getting the flu. If you get flu, and we know any of the other respiratory diseases together, it increases your risk of death and increases your risk of getting really, really sick. And that's what we're about here, right? Prevention, preventing you from getting sick, preventing you from getting seriously ill. So the flu vaccine and that high dose flu vaccine is recommended for a reason. Recommended is because it actually causes a better reaction because a higher dose um, than it does in the regular flu vaccine. Reports that you may have heard about causing an increase of stroke were really seen when the flu shot was combined at the same time with the COVID vaccine. Okay, so if you get the COVID vaccine and the flu vaccine separately, they did not see any increased risk in developing stroke. So that's really what I want you to hear. That's the message that I want you to hear about your high dose flu vaccine. If you are elderly and you're going to get the high dose flu vaccine, I recommend, and actually everyone recommends, that you don't get it together, that you separate them by at least a couple of weeks. That allows your body and your immune system to sort of recover, or you give them another vaccine. So flu vaccine, 6 months of age and older is anyone can get the flu vaccine. Flu vaccines are widely available. You can get them at Walgreens, CVS, any of your local pharmacy stores. You can also get them if you're a Kaiser member, your Kaiser patient, you can get it. And I think most of the time you actually can just walk in and get your flu vaccine. So you actually don't even have to make an appointment. How easy is that? Look at how easy we made it for you guys. Okay, so get the flu vaccine. And remember, if you're going to get that high dose flu vaccine, you want to separate the flu vaccine from the COVID vaccine. Okay. All right, so let's talk about RSV. Now, RSV is the second virus that we're seeing a lot of in the community. So RSV stands for respiratory syncytial virus, and it's a virus that's been around a lot. We hear it every year, especially in pediatrics. Every year we have RSV outbreak. It's like the pediatrician's nightmare every winter, having RSV, because so many of our younger children get this virus, and it can be deadly, and it can cause them to be very, very ill. And so they are hospitalized. And so we want to prevent that. We're trying to prevent all of these things. That's what vaccines do. They're into the prevention business. So respiratory syncytial virus, there are a few groups of people where we're recommending the vaccine. So if you have a child who's 19 months, so that's what, 1 year and 7 months, which is odd, but it is 19 months. If you're 19 months and younger, so less than 2 years old, let's just make it easy, less than 2 years old, if you have, you might want to talk to your pediatrician about getting your child the vaccine against RSV. Again, it helps to decrease the risk of getting sick, decrease the risk of hospitalization, all the things that we want when we have a vaccine. Those are the things we want to do, decrease risk. So RSV decreases those risks, and you can, again, readily get it from your pediatrician's office if you're less than 19 months old. The second group that we're looking at for RSV prevention, because again, any respiratory diseases causes increase in risk of death, risk of morbidity, which is getting sick. It doesn't kill you, but it makes you sicker and hospitalized, is the group of 60 and older. So if you're older than the age of 60, then you also are recommended to get the respiratory syncytial virus or RSV vaccine. And that again is because as you're getting older, adults increase risk of sickness and death with RSV. So that vaccine is also recommended for 60 and older. And then the third category of folks who are recommended to get this COVID vaccine is pregnant women. So if you're pregnant, then we're encouraging you to get our vaccine because it will provide some immunity for that baby, that beautiful bundle of joy that you're carrying. If you get vaccinated as the mom, it will increase antibodies that your baby has, and then also provide a little bit of protection for your baby who might be born during RSV season so that that baby doesn't get sick. Okay, so flu vaccine is the number one vaccine that we're recommending. RSV vaccine is the second vaccine that we're recommending. And then, yes, we're here. We're talking about that COVID vaccine. That's the third recommended vaccine for this fall. And again, this new COVID vaccine is a new vaccine. It's not a booster. It's not the same vaccine as it was last year. This is vaccine to the flu vaccine. They looked at the variants that are causing disease across the United States, and they for that particular variant. So this is a targeted approach to COVID, which we have not really had before, right? Initially, we were just getting it out there, and then we started to target, and now we're getting even more refined with our ability to target. So I've talked a lot about the COVID vaccine, so you can check out my other episodes about COVID vaccine and get more detail about it. But I wanted to come on today again to let you know about the 3 fall vaccines that are recommended: flu vaccine, RSV vaccine, and COVID vaccine. Again, high dose flu vaccine and COVID vaccine, we're not getting those 2 vaccines together. We're going to separate them by at least 2 weeks. And you can get them together if you get the low dose vaccine, flu vaccine, which is the regular dose, and you get the COVID vaccine, does not seem to cause any increase in risk of stroke. All right, quick, easy. Here from Los Cabos tomorrow. Again, I'm doing a workshop on generational health. We're spreading the message, spreading the word, because it's so important that in our community we understand and recognize that we do have power to end this cycle of premature death in our community. I'm super passionate about it. And so that's why I'm here tonight in Los Cabos, finding this room to have this episode to talk to you about how to help you prevent getting flu, RSV, and coronavirus. So 3 vaccines recommended for fall. Again, if you are not a subscriber to my channel already, I really would appreciate it if you go over to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that bell icon, because we have an appointment every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. I appreciate you. So then you can pay attention to the second ask, which is sharing the information. Make sure you share it with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Again, I'm Dr. Donna White Carey, not Owen Modest. I am Dr. Donna White Carey, and this is my show, Talking with Dr. Donna. Thank you so much for watching. Next week, come back soon. Take care. Talking with Dr. Donna, we focus on 4 pillars of health to help build a generational health network to end the cycle of premature death in the Black community. I created Talking with Dr. Donna as a way to educate as many people as possible and give accurate information from a trusted physician. Go to Talking with Dr. Donna and get accurate information. And then share that information with your family and friends. And if you like what you see, like my channel and subscribe. Remember, every Thursday, keep your appointment